Welcome back to Local Business Spotlight. We are diving into the topic of buying a home and what that process really entails with the help of Bruce from People's Home Equity Mortgage. Good morning.
Good to see you.
All right, so tell me a little bit about how do we even begin the home buying process?
Well, you know, first of all, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. For first-time home buyers, they think, oh my gosh, it's going to be terrible.
It can be scary.
You know, there's really, a lender only really needs to know three things. There's really just three. One is, how much money do you make? How much money do you have? And how much money do you owe? That's really it. So when you're thinking about how much money do I make? Well, it's pretty easy. For most people, it's a W-2 and a pay stub or two. For some folks, you got to get tax returns, not everybody. But even if you got to get tax returns, well, you kind of have to file them, so you probably got them. It's not that big of a deal. How much money do I have? We just need a couple months of bank statements. If you don't have any money and we're buying a house, there's some other things we can do. There's some programs where you don't have to have money. Or for a lot of folks, mom and dad may be helping you out with the down payment. That's all cool, and we can walk people through how to do that. And then how much money do you owe? Well, that's really easy. I'll just pull your credit, take a look at it, and there we go. So a lot of folks get all weird about credit and are concerned about it. It's amazing to me when I talk to young people how much knowledge they have about credit scores, that sort of thing. But it's a pretty easy process, really. And if somebody has any questions, they just give us a call, 423-591-9801.
So you mentioned those three main ingredients, I guess you can say. Is that really the most or only documents you need to at least get started? And
That's
then
really
what documents come into
to
play
get started.
after? Okay.
Later, there could be other things. It could be things like we'll have to document that you actually have homeowners insurance. And so we'll need you to provide us the name of a homeowners insurance agent, and we'll do the rest. It's really not that much. What is important is that once you start the process, you don't go changing a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
And it's important, you know, if you have the job opportunity of a lifetime, yes, we want to take the good new job. But if we can avoid changing jobs and stuff, that's important. Once you start the process, you really don't want a lot of people looking at credit, because then we have to document. Sometimes it's going to hurt your scores. But the other thing is we'll have to document whether or not you receive new credit. And showing that you didn't do something is kind of hard to do.
Right.
So the best thing is once you start the process, kind of status quo. Now, if people are concerned about credit, we're happy to take a look. There's maybe some things that we can assist you with in terms of improving your credit scores. If we need professional help, we got a bunch of those guys too.
You're going to be able to help us regardless of the
That's
situation.
right.
All right, million-dollar question. When is a good time to purchase a home?
I think these days there's really not a season. For example, if we're in Minnesota, we probably wouldn't want to buy a house in January because you can't see the yard. People think that, hey, it's, you know, in the summertime. In our area, that's not really the case. So really, when you start thinking about it's the right time in life, what part of the year really doesn't matter that much. I would tell for most folks, if you think about buying a house anytime soon, give me a call, come see me. It's never too early to start that process, because what we find a lot of times is there may be a few things somebody needs to work on. And even for those people that say, hey, I know my credit's good, well, maybe we can make it a little better by just adjusting some things, and that may save you some money on a 30-year mortgage.
And just real quickly, we're almost out of time, but what's the average length it takes to purchase a home? You
know, for most folks, they'll write a contract for 30 days.
Perfect.
When you give me your stuff, I can tell you whether you're good to go typically that day, if not the next day. We can do the process really fast. What we like to do is if you'll get started early enough and we get you totally approved, so that you're just ready to go.
And I think we're going to talk about pre-approval in a couple coming weeks as well. I think that's one of our topics.
Awesome.
But in the meantime, if anyone has any questions or if they're ready to get started, what do we need to do?
Stop by and see us, 6650 East Brainerd Road. Call us, 423-591-9801, or check us out at Chat Mortgage. That's chat with 2 T's, chatmortgage.com.
All right, perfect. Bruce, thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate it.
We love learning about this
It's awesome.
sometimes scary project with
it's
you.
not scary.
All right, we'll talk to you again soon.